When we drove the Datsun Redigo for the first time, we frankly came away unimpressed by the car's 54 HP 800cc engine. We found power delivery to be jerky, performance to be dull, and refinement simply disappointing. What the Redigo was crying out for was a better engine. And the wait could be over. This is the new Redigo 1.0 and it comes powered by a 999cc engine that makes a stronger 68 HP and 91 Nm. It's the same engine that powers the Datsun's cousin, the Renault Kwid 1.0. And immediately the Redigo 1.0 feels a lot better than the 0.8 version. Starting out in the Redigo 1.0, it's a lot smoother than the 0.8. That low speed hesitation, that little bit of jerkiness is pretty much gone into third gear already. And drivability has also improved tremendously. While we haven't put the Redigo 1.0 to the test, performance feels significantly better. What the 1-litre engine has given the Redigo is well more go. It's more responsive and builds speed in a far more smoother manner. But is it an exciting engine? Well, you wouldn't call a non-turbo, naturally aspirated 1-litre 3-cylinder engine exciting, and this one really isn't. But the Autocar engine feels zingier, happier to rev, and generally peppier than the Redigo's unit. But if not for performance, the Redigo should deliver on fuel economy. Datsun has revealed an ARAI tested fuel economy figure of 22.5 kpl. For reference, the Redigo 0.8 delivers 22.7 kpl, the Alto K10 returns 24.07 kpl, and the Kwid 1.0 delivers 23.01 kpl ARAI tested fuel economy. In general, viewed as a city car, the Redigo works well. What helps is that the clutch is light to use. The gearbox on our test car required a bit of effort, but the car wasn't running fully, so I expect gear shifts to be smoother in general. There will be an AMT version in the future, but expect that to come only in 2018. Where the Redigo still doesn't shine is in the area of refinement. The Redigo runs a 3-cylinder engine, and like other 3-cylinder engines, it does get quite thrummy when you really extend it. The problem with the Redigo is that generally noise insulation is really basic, so you can always hear the engine, you can always hear road noise, and when you build speed there's also plenty of wind noise. In fact, noise levels are quite high, and just to cover up the ambient noise in the background, I have to really shout into the mic so that you can hear me. Elsewhere, there's not much else new to talk about. Other attributes the Redigo 1.0 shares with the 0.8 model include its feather-light steering and long travel suspension. Now the steering is light, but it has absolutely no feel. It almost feels like a video game console steering wheel. But if you think about it, it's light and makes the car really maneuverable, so I think that should count for the majority of buyers. As for the suspension, well, 185mm of clearance is what you get. That is unladen ground clearance, which is really a lot. So you can take a few liberties over rough roads without the fear of the body touching the ground. The thing is, the Datsun suspension is set up a bit stiff, so you will feel more of the bumps than you would in some of its rivals. On the outside, the Redigo 1.0 shares its quirky tallboy design with the standard 0.8, and the only real difference is the 1.0 badge at the rear. There's a bit more to speak of on the inside. As part of the update, Datsun has also given all Redigos 0.8s and 1.0s a new color theme for the cabin. So out go the grey plastics and in come black plastics. The advantage is that some of the lesser bits of the cabin, some of the panel gaps are better camouflaged in this darker shade, and also this is just a little bit easier to keep clean. As for the rest, you sit quite high up, so you get a fairly good view out of the front, although the A-pillar can be a bit of a hindrance at crossroads. What I do wish Datsun had given on this version of the car at least was a better sound system. I can live without a touchscreen, but a music system in today's day and age, not having Bluetooth, that's a bit of a downer. This is a bargain buy, so don't expect much. The only real addition in the Redigo is central locking and remote locking. The exposed metal on the doors looks quite cheap, and the static seat belts at the rear are just not in keeping with the times. Talking safety, top Redigos do get a driver's side airbag, but there's no ABS. Sadly, rivals don't offer much either. The Redigo 1.0 will be launched in the top two variants, and we expect the car to cost about 20,000 rupees more than the 800cc version, with prices likely to range from 3.45 to 3.6 lakh rupees ex-showroom Delhi. The Redigo 1.0 could be significantly more affordable than its 1-litre rivals. To make the value proposition even stronger, Datsun will also offer reasonably priced service packages starting at 16,500 rupees that will cover the cost of routine service and consumables for 3 years and more. So in all, the Redigo 1.0 is a marked improvement over the 0.8 version and is seriously the version to buy if you're really looking at a Redigo. The question is it the best of the 1-litre budget hatchbacks to buy? I'm afraid it isn't. But that's only for the time being. What I feel is that Datsun has a strong base to build upon in the Redigo. A few more frills, a few more features, and a few more tweaks here and there, and it could finally be the Datsun rival to the Renault Kwid and the Alto that we've been wanting all along.